But yeah, so what can we say about Scymtek cymbals? It's a cymbal company you started, which I never heard of, and like I said, when you first hit me up, I was playing nothing but high end pasty and high end Zelgens, the K, the A, the pasty signature, pasty rudes, and when I put those Scymtek, they were every bit as good or better. And being endorsed with you, having an endorsement, you gave me my artist price, so I saw it as a no-brainer to go ahead and switch. I sold all my cymbals, or I use them for practice, however, and I've been using them and love them ever since.
Yeah, well, Scymtek is kind of a newer, great, high-end cymbal that would work well with my great high-end drums. So it took a couple of years of doing different samples and negotiating with different factories. Cymbals coming out of Turkey are very jazz oriented, and I wanted my cymbal line to be more modern, reflect more of today's drummer, which is much more rock and pop oriented. So that took a while to develop, and but I'm happy to say it's doing well and very similar to my drum line. There's a lot of word of mouth, slow growth a little bit every year, and more drummers get to know the brand and appreciate the quality. And yeah, it's been going good. All my Cymtecs are all made from top quality B20 bronze, which would be, they're all hand hammered, they're all hand lathed. So it would be
Look really
equivalent
cool too,
to the
man.
top of the line Zildjian, Sabians, Meinls, anything in the hand hammered line and not made by machines. You know, as the cymbal prices get cheaper, the big manufacturers are introducing automated machinery to make them. So that's how they can make them cheaper. They're made by machines. They don't have the guy banging away with it with the hammer, tuning the cymbal before they say, okay, this one's good to go. Well, mine are all like this
Oh,
with the
yeah.
hammer marks in there.
These symbols all come in different looks, and they look really cool in a lot of different. Because I'm a person, as you know, and as my bandmate Joanna Glass knows, I go for sound first, but looks are very important. Like, I don't want a drum set or a cymbal that looks shitty. So some of the cymbals that I have are really unique looking. They're really out there from just the different designs and the different textures and colors that you have on them. Um, I don't even know what they're called, but different ones that I have to the ones with the little holes, just everything. Um,
Lathing styles,
yeah,
some with vents, some without. There's a big variety there that's and they all have very musical voices. They're all
mhm.
different voices, but they're all very musical in their own individual way. And actually, maybe I'll just try to walk you around.
Yeah, yeah,
I
good
got a
idea.
couple of things going and just show you what I'm working on right now.
Great.
I'm doing a lot of acrylic drums. You can see the fluorescent green acrylic in the background, and what I've been working on here as we're talking. Um, you're similar to your kit. And then let's see. Uh, got some. This is another acrylic kit that I've finished up recently. I'm trying to determine if you can see what I'm seeing. So I got another acrylic kit. Here's the rest of that kit there. Uh,
Well,
got some acrylic
yeah.
snare drums. Got some acrylic snares. These are some more of my Coke bottle vented acrylic snares, and you can see a few other snares in the background that are need to be worked on. A walnut snare. I've got um, a titanium snare drum there the metal snare drum you see, and then the olive ash burl. A couple of Scymtek orders that I've got pulled out here that I'm getting ready to pack up. So that's a few things I got going right now. My little
Well, it's great. It's a oh, I see that symbol there. I have one of those. What do you call that design right there? The one, yeah,
this
that
is
one.
the vintage series. I think you have a 19-inch.
Yes. Wow, you have a good memory, man.
Yeah. It's funny. I've made, hundreds of, I'm not hundreds, I've made thousands of drums, and I remember a, a lot of them. I don't know if I could say most of them. I think I could say most of them. I was just talking to another artist that I worked with earlier today, who's, that I've worked with him for 7 or 8 years. Micah from a band. He used to be in a band called American Fangs. They had, relatively good success and stuff. That he was talking about doing another kit, and I'm talked to him in a couple of years, and he hasn't needed a kit because he hasn't been on tour. But yeah, it's like, yeah, you're the White Pearl kit, right? I remembered his drum set, even though it was like 5 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago that I made it. So it's weird. I got this weird memory for the drums.
Well, my house is like, if I took this camera and walked around my house, it's like I got more stuff than Guitar Center in my house, bro. I mean, I'm not kidding you.
They only carry stuff from China. That's why.
I mean, my living room has got a bunch of sets stacked up. And this studio now that we call for Glasspirits La Bridge, which is, I live in La Puente, so Puente means bridge, so we call it La Bridge Studios. And there's all kinds of stuff behind me. I got a stack of Spaun snares. I've had over 30 sets made from me, Brian, altogether, like 35, 36, something in that number.
Yeah, it's crazy.
From everything you can imagine,
Yeah.
I've got to be your number one customer ever.
You should have just opened a store instead of
Tell me about it, man. I'll go into competition against
just
you.
open a drum store.
Yeah, I'll open Spaun Drums #2 in La Puente for the Hispanic people. I'll talk to them in Spanish.
Cheaper rent, right?
There you go. There you go. But is there any thing you'd like to mention for anything you got going now, for any specials for either the Scymtek or Scymtek cymbals or Spaun drums, for people to know and be aware of any type of deals you have going now in any way?
I mean, the number one thing is just, go to spawndrums.com. My website for cymbals is Scymtek, which is SCYMTEK.com. It's a little harder to spell, but I mean, that's the best place to go to see what I've got going on and check out all the different cool drums and cymbals. I'll just say it again that I would encourage people to go to my website, spawndrums.com, for all the different cool drums and snares I made and, am making. I'm always putting up the new builds and stuff. It might take me a couple of weeks after I finish it before it gets on the site, but it'll eventually end up there. And then they can also check out Scymtek cymbals at scymtek.com. So maybe we can post that, write it out for people, put a link up or something.